cooking with darling. So on WIC, when you are partially or fully breastfeeding, you get an allotment of canned meat, fish, tuna fish, mackerel, I say the L, salmon, and so with that benefit, we purchase cat food. So, Chunk Light, as you may know, may or may not know, or, okay, let me get my thoughts together. Chunk Light is usually the cheapest tuna that you can buy. So if you're living paycheck to paycheck, or you know, whatever the case may be, I'm there with you, but we're gonna rise above. Okay, we're gonna rise above, but we gonna enjoy where we are right now, make some good food. So the reason why we call it cat food is because it literally looks like cat food. So what I make with this, it isn't the healthiest thing, but it is fish cakes. So the tuna is free because I'm on WIC with my son, and I want to say I don't use fish fry. I use actual cornmeal. Because I like to make homemade cornbread also. I don't like to do Jiffy anymore. I haven't made cornbread in a while. But I don't like to use Jiffy anymore. I don't like to use the fish fry because that usually is loaded with sodium. And because I developed hypertension after giving birth, I try my best not to consume a lot of salt. I'm working on it. I do fall victim to them good old chips. I love a good chip. So, all right, you drain as much of the water off as you possibly can. You're going to put in whatever seasoning you want to put in. I usually do Old Bay seasoning because that's typically what you put on fish. And then, so what I was trying to say was, altogether this meal may cost you like $8 to feed your whole family, especially if you have to purchase the tuna, you're not on WIC, or you don't have food stamps. you could accomplish this meal with an $8 budget. So it's gonna be fish cakes, coconut rice, and string beans. The string beans are already made, but yeah, I wanted to show how to turn cat food into something delicious. All right, so this is my cornmeal. You can get a bag of cornmeal from Walmart for $2. So yeah, this right here, that's all you need. You can mix it with flour if you want to. They actually have one that has the flour kind of mixed in, but this all you need. This was like $2. So you want to squeeze out as much of the water as you can. All of it is not going to come out because then you're going to be losing tuna. You don't want to lose no tuna, okay? So you're going to hear my son periodically. He's with his dad, but he can hear me talking. So he's like, why you in there talking and you're not talking to me? What's going on, baby girl? Alright, so he probably wants milk now. So this is the batter with the tuna fish. I use onion powder, garlic powder, white pepper, and Old Bay seasoning. Old Bay already has salt in it, so you don't need to add more salt. The next thing you want to add is an egg or two. I have 3 cans of tuna in here. making more than enough this time because we're gonna try to get up early and go to the house of the Lord tomorrow. He cracks me up. See me talking, child, okay? He be talking. Now, I like mixing it up with my hands. Sometimes I use a fork. I'm gonna use my hands this time. So I forgot you do need to add flour. You need to add flour. I do everything by eye. I don't really measure a whole lot. That's the black woman way. That's why I got these arms. So let me put a glove back on. My oil is nice and hot. All right. So I just added a little bit of flour. Yep. I was looking at it while I was mixing it. I'm like, what is missing? Flour, silly. So yeah, I'll let you see. It's not much flour, like not as much flour as cornmeal. I'll say that much. You want it to be, so start off with a cup. It should be more than enough. The flour is actually going to soak up some of that water and help your tuna to come together and become a patty. You also want to add eggs. So because I used 3 cans of tuna, I did 2 jumbo eggs. But if you're doing 1 to 2 cans of tuna, you can use 1 egg. You don't have to use 2. So let me show you what it looks like now. See? Look like me. And I take off the glove that I was mixing with and just use the one that I wasn't mixing with. A spoon, my fancy spoons. Take about a tablespoon of it. A little bowl. Put it in your frying oil. Make a little patty with it, right? Nice and seasoned. So my husband wound up flipping it, but you want to make sure that it's brown around the edges before you flip it. Make sure your grease is really hot too. I'm using canola oil. That rice is just sitting there all nice and good and done. I'll make a video of how I make that one day. For now, fish cakes. They're gonna taste yummy, yummy, delicious. Beans are already done. Pretty much altogether, this meal cost us as a family, let's see, if it cost us $10 to make this one meal, like I said, we're on Wix, so eggs are free, tuna was free. The only thing we paid for is the cooking oil, the cornmeal, and flour. Yeah, so bowling on the budget, but I holla. Thanks for tuning in. Oh Lord, we thank you. Quick little taste, and then I'm gonna sit down to eat. Baby, that's good. Baby, that's good. Period.